Did you know you can make your own meat pie at home? Then keep watching, let me show you how. To begin, we're going to be introducing our flour. We'll be adding in some baking powder and some salt. Next, we'll be going in with some margarine. I've put up the ingredients used for this recipe in the description box. Feel free to check. Using your fingertips, we'll be working our way through this margarine until this mixture looks like fine breadcrumbs. Once that is done, I'll be adding in a cup of cold water from the fridge. Yes, cold water. This helps with the crispy nature of the meat pie. We add that gradually because we do not want the mixture to be too runny. Just the right consistency for a perfect meat pie recipe. Also, feel free to use egg as a replacement for water, but for this recipe, I'll be using cold water. Once everything is combined, we'll be kneading it together and place it in a flat surface. So I just cut this up into 2 halves. Take 1 half and knead it flat. It doesn't need to be too flat, just 1/3 of the dough. So while that is ready, we're going to be making our sauce for meat pie fillings. So add some oil in a pan, add in some chopped onions, some chopped carrots, and some beef. You can use minced beef. For this recipe, I'll be using my ground beef. So I've just added some salt to taste, adding your onion powder, adding some seasoning powder to taste. So right now I'm trying to make some flour slurry, adding a tablespoon of flour to a bowl and a little bit of water. Give it a quick stir and add to the sauce. So what this slurry does, it helps to serve as a binding agent between the pastry and the filling. It also helps the pastry not to dry out. So I'm just trying to add some water to adjust the thickness of this filling. Coming back to our dough, I'm just going to be trimming off the edges to have a fine smooth cut. So our filling is ready and I'm just going to make some circles in the dough. I've just greased our baking pan with margarine. So if you do not have a meat pie cutter, feel free to use any sharp cut. For me, I'll be using my cookie cutter for this recipe. Feel free to use any sharp circle cutter. So I've just improvised with my cookie cover. I'm just trying to flatten the circles. Next thing we're going to be doing is to scoop the minced fillings into the pastries, the circular pastries. Then we'll cover it just with a flap, half of the circle portion, and pin it down with your fork. We're doing this just to secure the other half so it doesn't open up when it's risen. So while that is done, I just put up my preheated oven and we'll be placing the pastries in our baking tray. So I'm just trying to make some openings on the meat pie, but you can choose to ignore this part. Next, we're going to be baking the meat pie with our egg wash. Simply your egg yolk with a tablespoon of milk. Throw that in the oven and bake for 45 minutes. And guys, see what we have here. A crunchy, yummy, tasty meat pie. Thank you for watching, guys. See you in my next one. Please subscribe. Bye bye.